Baigu.
This is the story of my attempt to reach all 7 peaks of Baigu Mountain, above 3000 meters. It reminded me why preparation matters in the mountains. I hiked this direction for the first time, but I was in this area several times before for searching for missing hikers.
Wang Shenseng. Sorry. Terry!
I started alone from Guguan in March 2025. The weather was still cold, so I packed extra gear. My goal: climb all 7 peaks of Baigu in one push. Most people take the main trail from the other side, but I choose the harder road and cross the wall area. Through the Malun Mountain, over the Malun Baigu trail and leave on the east side. The first section goes through Malun Shan Trail. It's initial 6 km warm-up with 1200 meter elevation gain. It's maintained, but steep. On the way, you can see some man-made ruins and bit of history. As I joke, past garbage becomes artifacts in the present day.
Malun Mountain.
I use our Tornado Westpack, which we developed with Henker for light packing in Taiwan mountains. It's up to 32 liters capacity, but enough space for several days. The vest fits to the body and keeps everything accessible with some smart features as shoulder pocket for InReach Mini. You can find it at beast.run. This direction is not popular. Very long climb on day 1, dense bamboo section which are hard to navigate in, and no reliable water sources. Average hiker cannot finish it within 1 day. Near the top of Malun Mountain, I always remember July 2022. A hiker went missing here for over a week. I was on a long trip in the mountains before I came down and could join the search.
Wow.
I was tired and just wished the search is solved soon. Something guided me from the top of Malun, which is 2305 meters high, deep into the creek system. Down to Malun River at 1700 meters. I found him, drowned under a waterfall.
Jerry!
We will never know exactly what happened, but most likely he took the wrong direction at the summit, realized his mistake and tried to descend randomly to escape the mountains. Today, we have GPS devices, smartphone apps with offline maps. Too many cases could be avoided. Followers from overseas often comment about the importance of paper maps, which I'm aware of. But in reality, I plan my trip on paper and computer maps and then use GPS navigation. So, I carry at least 2 GPS devices as my GPS watch, phone or InReach 2. The mountains don't forgive navigation mistakes. The hardest section starts after Malun Mountain, climbing to Baigu Mountain, West Peak. Volunteers did amazing work here. They installed safety ropes, built rainwater collection points, and placed red guide string through the bamboo. Maybe 3 or 4 kilometers of string.
Charge my phone.
It's hard to imagine how much effort humans spend to access these mountain areas to log trees.
And with every empty second on erase, still hear your footsteps down a hall. And now it's just the ghost of you I taste. Can't go forward, I can't take it.
The scenery was amazing and I was lucky for the weather. There was a view to another side of Bowei, with Zhoushan and Jilongshan, which are almost 3000 meters and also not easy to reach. In this long climb were many rocky sections, which made it quite interesting and also unique for Taiwan. In Taiwan, most hikes are in deep forests with lack of views, but here is pretty, but hard.
Driving past these memories, could it be that we were never there at all? If you love something, they say set it free. It's killing me, 'cause how am I supposed to rip out half my heart? Fire red till the flames burn down. Now it's just ashes on the ground.
Wow.
So cold without you. So cold without you. It's so cold without you. So cold without you. It's so cold without you.
Taiwan has 285 peaks over 3000 meters. Most hikers know the famous Baigu, the 100 peaks. But there are many more that just few people climb. After this trip, I have reached about 240 of them. I was prepared for snow or wet bamboo. I brought waterproof jacket and pants and waterproof socks and warm waterproof gloves, Showa 282. Showa gloves looks like you are about to clean toilets, but the Visage is compensated with functions. These gloves come in two versions, 281 with a warm layer, 282 with warm layer.
Ooh.
I used 281, but for winter hikes I bought 282, which I also use for some winter bike rides. This trip I luckily didn't need them. Both are waterproof, breathable, and inexpensive. Small tip, my hands aren't huge, but L size feels small, so I choose double L size. You may wonder why I talk about gloves and not about other waterproof gear. But reality is that my hands get cold quickly and it's hard to warm them, especially when everything around you is wet, as often is bamboo in Taiwan.
Round 2. The bamboo battle.
First, I detour south to southwest peak of Baigu Mountain. On the map, just 900 meters, but it took me 1.5 hours in one direction and then back. Incredibly dense bamboo, not much marking. You may notice my fancy goggles. Last, what you need here is poked eye. I was thinking about the purpose of life while pushing through that bamboo.
That's force speed. Oh, she unfound. Oh my god. It was not easy. 900 meters. 1.5 hours. Cool here.
I continue to Baigu Mountain Three Fork Peak and finally reach the main trail from the other side.
Yes! Crazy. Wow, 11 hours.
This leads me to main peak. I was prepared for snow or wet bamboo, but the weather was perfect. Clear sky, but it was getting late. I decided to sleep on top of Baigu Mountain. Day 1. 19 kilometers, 3,250 meters elevation gain, over 11.5 hours. Most hikers cannot complete this direction in one day. I carried all my water from Guguan and still have enough for the night and morning.
Baigu Dasan. Ah, that was so tired.
I don't recommend sleep on top of mountain or open space. It's always better to sleep under some vegetation. But if you do, you have to have good weather and know what to do if something is turning wrong. I don't like spending money on gear I don't need, but years ago I invested in good sleeping gear. Good 20F down sleeping bag, short inflatable mat, quality bivy and tarp. My whole sleeping system weighs under 1,200 grams. Sleeping under tarp is not for everyone, but it's one way to shave weight of sleeping gear and it has also benefits. But for tonight, I even didn't build the tarp. It's really important to have good sleep if possible. The night was so peaceful and surprisingly not windy. I slept well. I woke up not so early because I wanted to enjoy sunrise on top of Baigu. It was stunning. After packing, I continued down the main trail, steep descent with rock ravine at the bottom. In the end of 2020, one hiker went ahead of his group. At the ravine, instead of turning right, he continued left down into the stones and to the creek. SAR units searched for him. They found an SOS label made from stones down in the creek, just before a high waterfall. But the hiker was never found. I personally didn't join many searching missions that time, and the case was complicated with snow. I just realized, back in 2020, when I was still young and fast, I did fast ascent and descent on main course in 5 hours, 15 minutes. These are new reflective markers, add to the main trail after the incidents. It reminds me of another SAR story from 2021. I found a missing senior hiker very deep in a creek near Baigu Mountain.
Whoa!
Another case of someone getting lost from their group. It always reminds me, whether you go alone or in a group, each member should be prepared and should know how to navigate alone. It's very easy for less experienced hikers to get lost from the group. Not always the slowest person. Sometimes even fit hikers go ahead and get lost.
I found him. I was almost going back. Wang Shengsang! Oh, sorry. Sorry.
This was my first time finding a dead hiker alone, and it was very tough terrain. It's always shocking.
I don't understand how he got here. I have so much difficulty going here.
Since then, during my solo searches, I found many more. Unfortunately, many deaths.
I'd never go down.
But what's worse,
Never.
some missing were never found. I continue over Baigu southeast peak to the grassland with Blackpool's CNG campsite. I was out of water and needed water for today and tonight. The next section would be hard, and I wasn't sure I could finish before dark. I use a surf filter and 2 water bags, ever new 2-liter bags. One for dirty water, one for clean. The trick: use an adapter screw to coupling filter with bags and set up gravitational filtering instead of squeezing. Hang it and let gravity work. Very dirty water becomes relatively clean. Drinkable without boiling. At least I had not any stomach difficulties due to drinking bad water. I continued straight into the dense bamboo toward my 6 and 7 peaks. Baigu Mountain Middle Peak and far one, Baigu Mountain East Peak.
It's considered a highway.
There was even an open area, quite pretty, with fine black pool.
Not bad.
Black pool water is really dirty and can clog filters badly. I tried various filters. Category B3 is useless for high mountain trips in Taiwan. It clogs terribly. I tried smaller soil versions too, but the best is their biggest classic filter SP129. Just remember to flush it in reverse with clean water after each trip. And don't let your filter freeze. Put it in your sleeping bag during winter nights. Same with electronics. Keep your phone and any batteries in your sleeping bag too. Your phone doesn't need to be off for the night, but put it in the airplane mode to preserve the battery. I reached Baigu Mountain Middle Peak, not as bad as I expected. But reaching the farthest peak, Baigu Mountain East Peak, was tough. The bamboo got dense. When I finally reached it, my mission of completing all 7 peaks was over. Ha, not really. My plan: continue on the east ridge if weather allows. If weather turns bad, return to main trail. The weather was perfect that day, so I continued northeast. After a while, I started regretting it. I was descending a very steep slope and had to stop and rethink. Was it worth returning back and leaving mountains by common trail and stopping some car back to Puli for dinner with family? Or keep going? I decided to keep going. The bamboo changed to a narrow ridge with bad landslide. If I had an accident here, nobody could help me. On a small peak, I saw traces. The group probably cut bamboo to camp here. I cannot imagine spending the night here, definitely not alone, not today. No trail, no marking, no obvious direction, no hope, just fear. Everywhere, finger-thick bamboo, hard to push through. I had GPS track from a recent group which went over, but there was no way to recognize where I should crawl. I was heading toward Guguan Mountain, also called Taiwan Mountain. It was so hard. Here, you understand how important GPS navigation is. You cannot determine direction clearly. Even with paper map and compass, the scale isn't enough. It's very easy to take wrong direction in dense bamboo. I was prepared for this, but it was harder than I expected. Lucky for me, the weather was perfect.
A little bit no bamboo.
Some sections were pretty, open space or nice forest without bamboo. And some places were ugly. I could see a lot of old trash from workers who logged forests here in the past. The logging was stopped, and mountain race activity is also controlled now. So all this trash and gear is quite old. I think the main hiking trail to Baigu is quite new. From old maps, I have a feeling the original entry to mountains was this direction. In past, they didn't care about peaks, but cared about access to forest areas for trees. From Baigu East Peak to Guguan Mountain, just 3.3 kilometers on the map. It took forever and took so much energy, but I finally reached the peak. I didn't celebrate long and detoured to one big pool, Tabanchi. Also possible to camp there. Just the right time to get water. I took a moment to rest and cook tea. From here, basically just 5 kilometers of descent toward the industrial road, Shangli Road. Should be easier, but it was still not easy. I trusted GPS in my Garmin watch and kept going through the bamboo, but also along edge of deep cliff. On some views, I could see in far my final destination, village of my wife, Lixing.
Please, no more bamboo. No more bamboo. Palita. Hey, Zunder.
Another famous case, university student Zhang Bowei. Found after 51 days in 2011, unfortunately dead. But evidence showed he survived many days after injury. This case raised many voices about SAR efficiency in Taiwan. SAR is not perfect and never will be perfect. But in mountains, safety first depends on the hikers themselves, then on assistance if really needed. The lesson: If you really get lost, you cannot leave mountains in random directions. It often leads to difficult creeks with waterfalls.
What?
All 4 cases had this in similar. They kept going down in random direction and ended injured in creek, died. GPS navigation is so important to me, as well as gear choice. It's important to note, none of these lost hikers were attempting this difficult route. They were all on the standard trail. I finally reached Shangli Road. Real relief. Just over 1 hour to sunset. I was on this road earlier this year with my gravel bike. Also a 2-day trip, so I'm familiar with it. My plan, reach the main road, still 10 kilometers away. From calculation, not possibly before dark.
Finally. Oh my god. 11 hours. Now 10k walk, at least 10k.
This is the benefit of light packing. Even in winter, my base weight is just 5 kilograms. I could walk fast, even jog. But I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to stop any car or truck to my final destination, Lixing village, also called Marepa. Still 12 kilometers more. I remember there was a local store. I bought snack and beer and decided to just walk to Lixing in the dark. It was actually quite nice, and I a little bit miss endurance sport. And the feeling when you are tired but getting closer to finish.
Takhle se tady zpevňují cesty.
The day, 40 kilometers in my legs, 15 hours of moving. Marepa is my wife's father's village. I would stay in our house there. Before the village, I visited my father-in-law at the cemetery. The grave is far in the corner behind bushes. I promised we would visit him again in April, Tom's sweeping day, with the whole family. I slept in our old village house very well. Next day, I called a ride back to Puri. The driver could be hired by McLaren racing team. Got back to Puri by noon to have lunch with my family. A couple days later, I bike back to Guguan for my car. I really miss hiking, this kind of adventure. But it reminds me, preparation before any mountain trip matters, and choosing the right gear and choosing the right partner if you go with group. The mountains are always there, but we have to be prepared for them.